Samsung's Note series are well known to be the line of devices that are basically on steroids. Ginormous displays, beefy processors, large and replaceable batteries, expandable storage, and of course, the S Pen. These are its major characteristics that made this phablet pioneer a geek's dream device. But since the release of the Galaxy S6 series, Samsung opted to exclude some features that are a standard to its devices, especially to the Note series, on exchange for a rejuvenated aesthetics. Having the device sandwiched with beautiful glass and have metals on the sides leaves the exclusion of a removable back panel, which then raised a big concern to the Note's avid fans. Fans who are hardcore users that demands an easily swappable battery so the device can cope up with their demanding needs. Well, did Samsung make the right decisions? Was it all worth the risk? Let's figure that out in our full review. In real smartphone fashion, companies tend to stick to a certain aesthetic theme as they design new products. Manufacturers usually use the same footprints of a device in a span of 2 generations. The Samsung Galaxy Note 5 has the same looks with the earlier Galaxy S6 devices, which is a good thing. On our Galaxy S6 Edge review, we have praised how beautiful the device was. Not only that it was a step up from the company's usual all-plastic build, but it was just the most stunning and elegant smartphone that we had our hands on. The Note 5 has a 7000 series aluminum sides and also being sandwiched by Corning Gorilla Glass 4, which is easily screams premium build quality right in your face. But it is not without its drawbacks. The glass surface is insanely prone to fingerprint marks. Plus, it also makes the device a little slippery. But to compensate the slippy surface, the edge at the back is also slightly curved to increase ergonomics. The Galaxy Note 5 also looks and feels thinner, lighter, and more compact than any other previous Note devices. This is due to its sleek profile, which is a good thing, but it's also the result of some omitted features, which is all sorts of bad. Just like the Galaxy S6 devices, this new Galaxy Note now doesn't sport micro SD card slot and a removable battery. The entire Note lineup was one of the top choice of a lot of power and productivity users due to its S Pen, large display, and of course, having the ability to swap batteries as they ran out, and having to expand their storage to house all their media and files. Well, this is a disappointing move from Samsung. Speaking of the S Pen, the device's best accessory have also been revamped. The tip is now more pointy and sharp, plus let us not forget to talk about that clicky top of the pen. It doesn't actually do anything besides having to easily pull the S Pen from the smartphone. But also, the habit of rapidly clicking it is pretty addicting. We may have developed this habit with our real ballpoint pens. Well, do you remember playing around and clicking your pen while sitting on a boring class? Probably one of the features that the Note series are known for are their enormous and pixel-packed displays. And with the lineup's 5th iteration, Samsung opted for a 5.7-inch Super AMOLED display, which has a super sharp 1440 by 2560 Quad HD resolution with 501 pixels per inch. The screen on this one is, if not the best, one of the most stunning display in the market today. AMOLED displays are known for its rich colors, deep blacks as a pixel is literally shut down when exhibiting dark areas. The ultra high-res display is also a pleasure to use not only for media consumption, but also at reading text as the sharpness fidelity of every word is still on point even when zoomed out. Other than the display, the front also houses the 5-megapixel front-facing camera, earpiece, an LED notification indicator, the recent apps and back capacitive buttons, and of course, the home button with a fingerprint scanner embedded. Setting up the security feature have been a breeze. Samsung's fingerprint scanner have come a long way since the Galaxy S5. We also have the lock and power switch at the left side, and the volume controls on the other. The buttons themselves are also super thin, which matches the device's entire sleekness. They are also tactile enough and comfortable to press. On the top, we do have a noise-cancelling microphone in the dual SIM card slot. Yup, the variant that is available in the Philippines is capable of sporting 2 SIM cards. Although I wish Samsung made the other slot optional to either house another SIM card or a micro SD card slot, something that we saw on the Cherry Mobile S4 Plus. Another rant, Samsung now also removed the IR blaster on this device. Yes, we do all know that a lot of users before didn't actually embrace the use of it, but still, it's a nice thing to have. At the back, we have the 16 megapixel primary camera with LED flash and the heart rate sensor. At the bottom, we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, micro USB port, the loudspeaker, and the slot for the S Pen. The loudspeaker's performance have been very great. The volume is loud, well balanced, without any noticeable distortion. Although, just like any other bottom-firing speakers, the drivers can be easily blocked when using the device in landscape, a screen orientation that is commonly used when watching movies or playing games. Samsung went with its own muscle on this one. We have a 64-bit Exynos 7420 chipset, which has 2 quad-core processors that are clocked at 2.1 GHz and 1.5 GHz respectively. We also have a spacious 4GB of RAM and a Mali T760 MP8 GPU. Well, there's nothing much to say on this part. The device's processing performance is just off the hook. Games run fluidly at the highest possible frame rate. Other productivity and day-to-day apps are also a breeze to use on this one. Opening applications and switching between them or using them concurrently via multi-window is also seamless thanks to its large RAM capacity. Overheating is almost non-existent, not unless of course you play heavy game titles extensively. The Galaxy Note 5 is being run by Android 5.1.1 Lollipop, an operating system that is evidently not the latest, but still one of the best from Google. And knowing Samsung, we can expect Android Marshmallow arriving anytime soon. Of course, we also have the company's very own TouchWiz interface on top of Android, an interface that was long known for bogging down the previous Samsung devices, but have been praised after its overhaul, which we first saw on the Galaxy S6 devices. With that said, everything still looks familiar. We have a bunch of rounded objects from the app icons, drop-down menu, and many more. The settings menu, which still has quick settings inside, a search button found almost anywhere, including the notifications tab, and a lot more of Samsung's shenanigans. Multi-window is also present, which perfectly utilizes the device's enormous display and large RAM, which is a big pro for productivity junkies. Each windows can be scaled, have it interact with each other, or be minimized into tiny bubbles. The S Pen also have some new tricks up its sleeves. Probably the one thing that we like the most is its ability to take quick notes. You can simply pop out the S Pen and the display will automatically respond, with the screen still off but now ready to be written on. The quick note will be automatically saved as you slide the S Pen back to its resting place. The accessory can also help you to take long screenshots, perfect for those word sharing web pages. Action Memo, Screen Write, Smart Select, and S Note are still here to help you to fully utilize the S Pen. The Galaxy Note 5 utilizes a 16-megapixel Sony sensor on its primary camera. It's come equipped with a wide-open f1.9 lens and an optical image stabilizer, the same set of attributes that we have seen on earlier S6 devices. There's also a dual-tone flash and a 5-megapixel front-facing camera with a 120-degree wide-angle lens. And just like what we have seen on our S6 Edge review, the camera sensor can surely take some amazing shots. One of the best we have seen on any smartphone today. Photos looks insanely sharp, with details still clear even when zoomed in. Contrast is good with ample and not exaggerated saturation. Dynamic range is also imposing. The included optical image stabilizer also works seamlessly. Stills at low light appears fairly clean and less grainy. The Samsung Galaxy Note 5 can record clips of up to 4K resolution, 1080p at 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second, and 720p at up to 120 frames per second for those glorious slow-mo. The camera app also takes the same footprints from the earlier Samsung devices. The app can easily be launched by pressing the home button twice. The camera app hosts a bunch of presets and modes, and what we think the most essential is the Pro mode. This particular function is becoming a trend to almost all smartphones, as mobile camera sensors are now upping their quality. We can manually adjust the ISO, white balance, shutter speed, and focus on this thing. The device can also shoot in RAW, a feature that completes all your professional snapper needs. Xiaomi's new phablet is powered by a 3000 mAh battery, a capacity that looks a little underpowered on paper, considering the device's large, high-res display and a muscly processor. But still, it was able to impress us during our tests. Screen on time lasted for about 4 hours and 30 minutes. There's hours of uninterrupted gaming, online video streaming, and web browsing. While like the moderate usage like some casual social media surfing, sending or receiving SMS and calls lasted the device for a whole daytime, with almost 12 hours on record. With that, it is without a doubt that this device can last you a day. But if you're really a hardcore user, the Note 5's ultra-fast charging capability may be comforting. The device can go back from 50% in just half an hour, and 100 in about 1 hour and 30 minutes. Samsung yet again impressed us with its new phablet. Sure, the Samsung Galaxy Note 5 omitted some of its prominent hallmarks, but still, it is not far from being perfect. We have no idea what was on Sammy's mind when they decided not to go all out on this one. But still, we cannot find enough reason to hate them. The Note series were known to be the power user's device, but with the line's 5th iteration, things might never be the same. The exclusion of a removable battery and an expandable storage is a major hit to its then prospective users. These consumers who utilize their device too much, who doesn't mind always lugging extra batteries with them for easy recharge. They also make use of high-end and spacious memory cards so they don't have to worry about running out of storage as they stock up tons of files with them. This device just won't cut it anymore. Instead, the Note 5 is now for someone who is looking for an overpowered, good-looking device. The non-removable battery status translates to a more premium crafted device. We do now have a glass-on-glass meta-site aesthetics, a departure from the all-plastic construction from previous devices. Also, if you're okay with the aforementioned drawbacks, the Note 5 still has an enormous and pixel-packed display, top-notch camera performance, polished and more serviceable S Pen, processors with big guns, and also the support for rapid charging. If this review convinced you to consider the Samsung Galaxy Note 5, you can now have yours with Smart's fully customizable all-in plans. You can check out the link below to learn more. This has been NoypiGeeks' full review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 5. For a more detailed look about this device, check out the full written review link below. You might also hit the thumbs up button and share this video if you liked it. And also subscribe if you still haven't. Thank you for watching.